Remember, Will, tell people to fuck off more.
That was live. Good job, Joel. Hello, and welcome back to Nerds of Legend. I'm your DM, Ben. Next to me is Will. Below me is Joel. And next to Joel is Brendan. Brian will be joining us at some point. Don't know when. He's having PC troubles. So you'll see him when you see him.
Brian will be returned.
So a little quick housekeeping. Our next book is going to be Ringworld by Larry Niven. We'll be doing that after the new year, and next week we will be doing next Tuesday we will be doing a episode on Christmas/holiday traditions, weird family holiday traditions, all kinds of stuff. If you have an idea for one that we should cover, like if you know of some weird like Polish or German or whatever holiday thing, hit us up and we'll research it and talk about it in the episode next week. That's it for that right now. So let's get right into it. Last time, the group continued into the mine, where they entered into the lair of the Meanlocks, where the tunnels were filled with a black moss that dampened all sound, and they were tricked into a dead end where they faced a black pudding, an oozing, viscous creature which dealt damage to all those who touched it. Finally, they found the chamber where Onin was being held captive, where they found out that Onin is not, in fact, a dwarf. He's a kobold. They defeated the Meanlocks and lifted the curse on the village. They returned to Marin, where they returned the necklace to Lucas, and they decided to return to Candlekeep to find and research information on setting up a mine, so that they could make that sweet, sweet platinum.
Start out. Go ahead.
They had just arrived at the gates of Candlekeep, and which is where we are now. So, hold on a second. So you guys are just getting to Candlekeep. You recognize one of the Avowed that's working the gate as usual. He's like, we haven't seen you folk in a while. Apologies, but we've had an influx of visitors of late. ScribeCon is having their annual meeting here, and so we've had we don't have many extra rooms. Joel, your mic's doing something funky.
What is it doing?
It's just making a bunch of noise.
It
stopped.
Hot micing.
Yeah, hot mic. Yes. So we don't have your normal rooms available, but there is room in the Firefly Cellar below the House of Rest. It's actually a part of the archives. You'd be able to have access to some books if you're willing to stay there.
That sounds lovely. I'm sorry, I got excited about the books.
Yes, well, have you picked up any tomes for your passage this time?
Shit. I don't have a tome.
Actually, I know for a fact I've looted some books.
Yeah, you've been looting books for the last couple weeks.
Yeah. I have the Joy of Extra Dimensional Spaces. I have that one.
I actually do not have any books, so I gave all mine out.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on the road for a while, so I've already read this one.
Yes.
Love.
Good. I believe this is a second edition. This should do nicely for the collection. Yes, this will do for your passage. Welcome. You can find the Firefly Cellar in the House of Rest. Just inquire within.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
I'm going to say this to turn to Mop. Do we have to bring a book in every time? I thought once we were here, we didn't have to do that every time.
Maybe we have to get our hand stamped or something. I forgot to add.
Like a band.
Yeah.
Like a lanyard.
It's just the normal entry fee. You just
Oh, he heard me. Sorry. Every time?
Every time you re-enter, but of course you're allowed to stay here.
But what if I live here? Like, I'm here all the time. Can I get, like, a wristband or, like, a lanyard?
You would have to become...
Candlekeep acolyte and then a picture of myself.
You would have to join the Avowed, and typically the Avowed don't go out on missions, but perhaps it's something for you to look into in the future.
So I would be stuck here. Like, I love it here. Okay, so bring a book.
So if you go out past the gate to take a leak or something, do you have to come back with a notepad full of recipes?
Like,
No, of course not. That's a little bit absurd, isn't it? But you've been gone for about a month.
Holy shit, really?
Oh.
Yeah, that was a lot of travel, guys.
That's why our room was occupied.
I'm going to be honest. It felt a lot like the travel was just hand waved through. It went so fast.
I've mentioned the passage of time a few times.
I don't believe there's a voice talking about time moving
out of character, it did take 4 days to go from one town to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps the journey was the friends we made along the way.
Perhaps. Enjoy your stay. So you guys head in to find the Firefly Tavern?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you enter the House of Rest, and when you inquire about the location of the Firefly Cellar, you are pointed to a trap door in the floor, and it over at the end of a hallway. And when you enter and descend through the hatch, give me 1 second.
Seen this is in a place called Riften before. Skyrim.
Okay, this is the one. Just had to be sure. So you're Oh shoot! Hold on. So you enter down from here. Can you see my cursor?
Let me expand it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Holy shit! It is the Thieves Guild in Riften. Seen this. There's a guy that's going to challenge us on the square, and we've got to fight him to prove that we have good at takes.
When you descend down into the first floor of the Firefly Cellar, you see an elderly elf precariously balanced on top of a ladder while arranging a few flower pots on top of a bookcase. She's very engrossed in her work. Before you can even say anything, she says, "Ebder, are you back?" And then you hear from like the floor below you, say, "I never left." And then the elf looks down and she seems surprised at your presence. She says, indicating the room around her, "Ah, visitors. I'm Scribe Varnia. Sorry for the state of things. As you see, the restoration project is a work in progress. I'll be with you shortly." And she turns back to like organizing the pots, and then a moment later she says, "Actually, would you mind bringing that stack of books downstairs to Ebder? I'll meet you there." She points to a small pile of books on a stool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Right. Where is he? Just down
the stairs, dear. You'll see him when you get there.
Okay. We're going to pick the books up.
Yep.
I want to keep an eye out. Is there anything like cracked or broken, like as I'm walking?
Like cracked or broken?
Anything, just anything that's broken.
No.
Okay.
And any reason, or you're just wondering?
Just looking for one.
Yes. Do you guys head downstairs?
I go wherever he is I'm going directly to where she said that guy is. What's his name? Abner?
Ebder.
Abner.
So you guys head down the stairs and you end up in F2, and you see a man seated at the table, looking down at a book. He looks like he's kind of a like he looks like older, but you can tell he's not really like that old. He's got like traces of black in his gray hair and a rather harried expression. His clothes and his fingers are stained with ink. He looks at you with kind of like an annoyed expression and says, "Keep your voices down, please. I just put my daughter to bed."
Okay. We were told by the lady upstairs to bring you these books. I don't remember her name, but she was very, very insistent.
Yes. Yes. Those aren't actually for me. They're for Cthulhu. Would you, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could you bring them to her, please?
Where is Cthulhu?
She is down. She's just down those stairs over there, and if you go down to the end of the hall, and through the door, she's the second door on your right as you go down the hallway.
I'm just saying, you guys have an awful lot of faith on strangers just wandering inside. But
well,
yeah, we can go in and do that.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Well, if we have to go all over the place, I'm going to look at some of these books while we walk.
Yeah. So you actually go down.
I go straight to that room.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of danger in this place, right? It doesn't feel like...
No, it's just like a library that also has like some rooms in it too.
Right. So it's not like we're sitting there and there's like people like being choked out by books and shit. So it's like, this is...
There have no been no living books flying at you yet.
I'm just saying, historically speaking, in this town, books are not safe. So...
It's not wrong.
Right. So I'm just saying it doesn't have the feel of that kind of place. So while Mop's looking around, I will go and to whatever room she said. It's F9, right? Is that the one that she's in?
You're going to F13.
Okay. Then I'm going to go to that door. I'm going to go straight there to take it.
All right.
To drop off the stuff.
So, but Mop, you're going to look around the floor you're on right now?
I was actually going to look through the books as I was walking.
Okay. Well, if you guys were interested, I guess I just realized that I did not describe the rooms you were in. But the room you're currently in, as you can smell the musty smell of old books hanging in the air, and with a heavy granite table occupying the room's center. The table would be a circle, but for 6 semicircular gaps cut in around its edges, creating spaces for 6 chairs. Small stacks of books rest on the tables along with a candle holder that contains Firefly-filled jars. But everyone else, you guys head down towards the other room that was indicated?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where I'm going, yeah.
So you go down the stairs and you enter a long passageway. It's cold. There's a low barrel vaulted ceiling that crowds an already narrow passage, and then lights from a firefly lamp, which you are probably figuring out that's why it's called the Firefly Cellar, hangs on a hook in the wall, is inadequate to illuminate the entire space. So you can see it's a rather long, cramped tunnel. And then when you go, you encounter a suite of rooms, and in the second door on the right is you pass through the kitchen, where you see a Kenku busying herself with cooking what you assume is dinner for any guests. There's a dirty skillet that stands out among an otherwise immaculate kitchen, and the smell of bacon in the air, which hints at the skillet's former contents. And the door in the next door through the place hangs open a crack. You don't even have to engage with the Kenku that's cooking. She's really not paying attention to you.
Okay.
You can just hear her humming to herself. So, then you guys head towards the room.
Is it very clear that this food is for everybody? Like, or do you have to buy it, or?
I mean, you haven't really been given the lowdown of how rooms and stuff are going to work. So I presume that's like what Varnir was going to tell you when she is able to.
But I don't know that, so I'm going to go up to the Kenku, and I'm going to be like, we were looking to inquire about the room. Are you the person that we talked to?
No, Varnir.
Oh, okay. So, okay, right. And she's upstairs? That's the woman that we first talked to?
Mm-hmm.
And, Cthulhu, do you know what room she's in? It's just down this hall, correct?
Second door on the right.
All right. I'm really trying to get you to, have to start repeating, what Kenku's saying, but apparently this one's heard a whole bunch of shit, so never mind.
She's a very old...
I know. I was hoping you'd have to, start talking in rote poem or some shit. I go to...
So you knock on the door and you hear, come in.
I will open the door slowly and, Miss Cthulhu? I have a list, a group of books from, I think it's Vanya, right? Oh. Or Abner, yes. I don't remember which one, but they gave us a stack and said they were for you.
Oh, yes, those are the books I ordered. Thank you. You see a cat-like person. He's seems very excited that you have brought the books that she had requested. He's like, I haven't seen you here before. What's your name?
I'm Dormek Algiok, but my friends call me Murph.
Murph, very nice to meet you.
Oh, we're friends now. That was quick.
Yes, well,
marvelous.
I see no reason why we can't be friends.
It's late.
And who are your? She's gonna peer out in the hallway and who are your friends?
Well, this one, his name is Onin. And then I'm going to lean over to Mop and be like, do you want me to introduce you? Or do you want to just hang back and not be talking?
I'm going to realize that I'm reading the book that's supposed to be for her and just be like, no, go ahead.
Oh, and this one, he liked one of your books. His name is Mop.
Well, very nice to meet the both of you.
Yes. We were told... Sorry not to rush things, but we were told there would be a place for us to stay here, and we don't know who to talk to.
Yes. That would be Varnir, but I'm sure she's busy at the moment. We could.
Is that the older lady that was on the first floor?
That would be her. Yes.
Okay. She seemed very distracted.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't get to be 685 years old and not get a little distracted sometimes, do you?
I wouldn't know. I'm 31. I've got a long way to go.
Well, I mean, I understand, but she's...
You're 681?
No, that's Varnir. I'm 30.
That's what I'm saying. So you also don't know.
No, but I just imagine that if you reach that age, that things you move on your own time, so to speak. But I'm sure
that would make sense.
I'm sure she'll come and find you at some point if you would like to sit and speak with me if you want.
I mean, thank you, because I would feel very awkward just standing in the hallway hoping she would find me. Right. So I come in, so tell us how long you've been here, or recommendations of this place.
Oh, I haven't been here very long. I just got here about 6 days ago. I received permission to use the library to conduct research on regional folk magic.
Oh,
yes.
What folk magic are you looking for?
Well, see, I'm a druid, so I like to learn about different forms of shamanry, shamanic things. All these different druid circles, they tend to be very insular, but there are some that do choose to write down what they discover, and I wanted to learn more about different forms of that sort of magic.
I was raised, not in the beginning I wasn't, but I was in a castle in the beginning, and it was terrible. But then after I was thrown out, I was raised in a grove, the Midnight Grove. Have you ever heard of it?
You don't say. I have not heard of the Midnight Grove, but I do love groves. I like trees, don't you?
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
My not mother, she's a cleric of the Moonweaver, and he has a rather extensive garden. We have, I believe it's the moonstone that grows moonflowers, they're fantastic.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll have to visit it someday.
Yes, she's a wonderful, trained old lady now who does rituals in the nude, which was a new thing for me. I feel like this power above me just made it happen.
But you're the one. You were like, you had acted like it wasn't it was like not. It was like, yes, this makes sense.
Yeah, you added the part where she does. She's just like, and now for the ritual, and she's nude. I was like, well, I guess this is what we're doing.
Yes, so. I did read how certain moon cults like to believe it enhances the flow of magic if you practice it without any restrictive bonds of things such as clothing. I've encountered some druidic circles that do perform their.
But she's a cleric.
Yes, but elves.
Weird.
Yes.
Yes, I was raised in a grove as well. Were you?
I haven't. I've been kind of a wanderer. I haven't really found my circle. That's why I was wanting to. I've always had a connection with nature, but I haven't found what my circle should be, what my path that I need to follow as a druid. And that's what brought me here.
So you study magic. Do you have magic?
Of course, and she's going to lift her hand up, and she's going to cast Druidcraft, and there's you see there's a seed in her hand, and it immediately sprouts into a flower as she concentrates on it.
That's cool.
It's marvelous. I study the circle of life as well. More in the transition. I am going to pull out. As I'm talking, I'm going to say, I'm going to pull out the bone, the little piece of bone with the bone cap mushrooms on there, and I'll say, this type of thing is fascinating to me. It's a mushroom that dissolves the bones into powder. It's very poisonous, so don't eat it. But
and she's going to inspect it. Unfortunately, I haven't.
You may have this to research if you'd like. I have more mushrooms.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I haven't done much research into Sporecraft, but I'm sure I might find something here.
I looked at it and thought it was the most perfect representation of the cycle of life. This bone is from something that has died, and the mushroom is living. And to me, it's marvelous.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, thank you very much. You're a good friend, Murph. Yes,
well, we just met, so let's not get presumptuous. But I enjoy your company and our talking. Some of my partners are very, very interesting. This is Onan. And as Onan, I'll show him again. I'm like, he's also a healer. And I just learned there's a kobold. I thought he was a dwarf.
Ah, are you?
He had the misfortune of stumbling into the grove while everyone was nude.
It was horrifying.
I'm actually still waiting for him to turn
back. It was not pleasant.
Yes, well, and so you guys continue, like, sort of, like, doing small talk in a little bit for about an hour, and then yeah, so and then all of a sudden you hear a knock on the door, and Varnier enters, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm
no fraternizing. You're all out on the streets."
No, she's like, "Cthulhu, thank you for entertaining our guests."
Is it Varnier or Varnia? Or Vanya?
Varnier. Varnier, it's fine.
Okay.
Bariner.
She says, I'm so sorry. I just had to get that work done. I apologize for... I appreciate your patience in waiting for me. We can talk more in the morning if you would like. And then she points out, she's like, this room next door, as well as the one across the hall in so F8 and F12 will be your guys' rooms. You're more than welcome to stay the night. I was told about your arrival and that you'd be staying with us for a while until the ScribeCon is over. And then if you would please, and she's going to like step aside, and the Kenku you saw earlier has a tray of food for all of you.
Fantastic. Just before, how long is ScribeCon for? And how much is it to stay? I like to get the details out. I don't want to be caught, unawares with a bill I can't pay.
Well, you are guests of Candlekeep. You already paid your admission fee, so there's no concern with room and board.
Free ticks.
I am very grateful.
Been inconvenienced by having to stay so deep underground with us, but
that's fine. I don't mind underground. It's quiet.
So, like, as she's talking, the Kenku, the old Kenku, sort of like wobbles in. The tray's like shaking a little bit, and she like puts it down on the table in the room. She's like, "Your dinner."
It's thank you. I'm gonna pull one gold coin out and put it on the tray. Thank you.
She's gonna like look at it. She's like, "Thank you," and like stow it away in her robes.
It's a very. I thought Kenkus could only repeat what they've heard. She's. Because after she leaves, yeah. Like she's surprisingly versatile in her wording.
Well, she has been with us a long time. She's very observant with speaking when the rest of us are speaking. So she has little trouble with
that's fascinating
vocabulary.
So. Now, ScribeCon is for how long, you said? I don't remember. I get flighty at times. Did you already answer that?
I believe I said it. It will be going on for a few more days, actually.
Would there be any benefits to us attending ScribeCon? Like, are there any speakers of note, or, I don't know, people that dress up like things that they're not, but they like to pretend to be?
Bags.
Well, if you're interested in various types of stationery as well as exotic inks you might be interested. But
like tattoos?
no,
Like more like calligraphy.
like calligraphy.
Calligraphy. Right.
Temporary tattoos, maybe.
Are there? So, I would like to see a speaker.
Between you and me, it's a bunch of stuffy old codgers that just like to talk about how better their illuminations are than each other's. But
so it's not like a con where like people get together to talk about things they enjoy. It's more like an academic thing.
yes.
That sounds like something I definitely want to go to. I would like a list of the presenters if possible.
Well, I believe they've already wrapped up with events for the day, but I'm sure we could get you in for the events tomorrow.
Right. Okay. Well,
Now, if you'll excuse me, it's been an exhausting day, and I really do need to retire.
but of course, yes, absolutely. Is there anything that you need of us? Any assistance we may give? Also, what time is it since it's dark and we have no idea?
Oh, it is just so you're aware, it's probably like it's like dinner time, but it's like a late dinner. So by the time you guys finish up with dinner, it's gonna be like 10 o'clock. You'd have
a reasonable okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like 2 a.m. or something.
It's like 1 p.m. It's like Midwest nighttime where it's like 4 o'clock. I'm like, I should go to bed.
No. So yeah, you guys have your dinner. You're able to look around. You could look around the library, talk to anyone else. Seems like Cthulhu is about ready to either delve back into her studies or go to bed, just whatever. So, if you excuse me, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, but I really must prepare my rituals for the day and get to rest.
Prepare your rituals. Are you a cleric too?
You've been talking to her for an hour. You know she's a druid.
No, I thought you said the Vanya lady. I thought she was the...
No,
Varnia was leaving.
Cthulhu.
Oh, and I take that back. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Varnia is like, I have to leave and prepare my stuff to go. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I also should go and prepare myself for the next day.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone else wanting to look around the library or?
I'll poke around just to look at the titles.
Okay.
I actually want to go above the library.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'd like to inquire around Candlekeep as to where I can get a new staff made.
Yes. So you end up going to... Hold on, I need to look up. I don't know the price of a new staff off the top of my head, but yes, if you you do know from previous visits that there is an adventure outfitters and clothiers shop in the Court of Air, and you go there and you're able to find that they actually do have a quarterstaff on hand. They do have monk, they do have monk guests occasionally, so they're not. It's a pretty common weapon to have around. So, let me look up. It's in the PHB. You see a sort of a shopkeeper. He's like, yes. Encountered a slime, did you? When you show him your staff.
Oh, yes. This one comes with a story.
Oh, did it? It's interesting. Well, we do have on hand a I do have a staff that should fit your size, and if I could find it in the PHP, it'd just be 2 silver. I could replace that for you in a jiffy. I understand it's a bit damaged.
How about 1 silver and a story that comes with it?
Well, that's fine with me, I guess, since I've got plenty of these ScribeCon rooms in town. Doesn't help to hurt the business. It's not exactly slow season, so. What's your story, chap?
And I'll start to like weave him this epic tale of how when we went to go investigate what we believed was a haunted mine in a ghost town, we encountered these creatures who spirited away our friend, and how we had to fight so desperately to, extricate him from a situation. And that's how they led us into this, trap where they had contained a slime. And I will tell them all about the epic fight and how, I punched it, even though, it burned and whatnot. I'm going to just weave him this whole epic thing.
Well, I'd say that's about worth 1 silver, so thank you for your tale. Maybe write that down. The Avowed might be interested in that tale about those crab things.
I'll thank him, take the new quarterstaff, hand him the old quarterstaff, and I will actually head back to my friends.
Okay. Brendan, I believe you said you wanted to explore the library, right?
Yes, I'm going to peruse the titles.
Okay. So you return to the floor where you met Ebter. And Onan, what were you going to do? Were you going to go to bed, or?
Yeah, probably just go to bed.
Okay.
He's not a big reader.
Okay.
Or actually, you said the whole place was lit up with fireflies?
Yeah, so there's all over the place. There's jars of fireflies. That's how the main source of illumination in this entire complex is.
Okay, he's probably just going to walk around and look at all the firefly. I'm assuming jars, right?
Yeah. So as you do that, you actually find as you're sort of wandering around, you find in the main floor in this back room, you end up finding the firefly room. It's awash in the glow of thousands of fireflies. These luminescent insects flitter around inside more than a dozen terrariums that fill shelves along the walls, and a steady plinking noise results from them bouncing off the glass.
It's amazing.
There's shallow wooden boxes packed on the lowest shelves.
He's just going to sit there and be amazed by that for a little bit.
Do you do anything in there or look around?
I mean, yeah, he's in the room. He's definitely looking around.
Okay. Can I get a perception check?
Perception. Oh, sweet. That is a total of 21.
Okay.
Perception check ever.
You notice scratched into one of the floorboards some writing on the floor of this room, and it says, "Finish the rhyme."
Okay. Okay.
There's
Gonna
nothing
assume
else.
it's in common.
Yes.
Okay. Like hastily scratched or like and like new, old?
No, it's just like very manic looking. Like it's very like frenzied. Not like hastily, but like it's old writing.
It's old. Okay.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Like all caps.
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Not about that.
Yeah. Now, Brendan, like I said, you find sort of you have these like circular shelves, with some small books resting around. Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
Are the rows of books, do they have anything close to a Dewey Decimal System? Are they like separated by subject at the ends, or?
Well, were able to pick up from earlier that there's a sort of like they're in the middle of sort of restructuring this room. It's like sort of this set of rooms. It's sort of like recently reopened. And it sounds like Varnier recently took over this area, this sort of project recently, and has started, sort of like reorganizing and restructuring to sort of like make it so that it's organized.
In that case, I'm gonna try to look for titles where I visually can tell that they're like old editions.
Yeah, you find some older books. There's nothing really like so far that you're able to find that's like of super interest. And as you make your way, are you exploring both floors of this library?
I'd I'd work my way up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. As you go up to the first floor, you find there's a circular room, contains curved dark wood bookcases packed with books of assorted shapes, sizes, and ages. There's flowers in ceramic pots which line the tops of the shelves, giving the area a sweet fragrance. There's alcoves at regular intervals around the perimeter. 4 of them contained polished bronze statues of like glasses, like bespectacled scholars, and then there's 3 that hold overstuffed chairs. In the center of the room, there's a brass railing that surrounds an overlook that gives a view of the lower levels of the stacks. So it's basically like looking down into the lower floor.
Oh, nice. Very aesthetic.
Yeah. Hanging from the ceiling above the opening is a huge stone sculpture of an open book that looks as though the cover is flapping to keep it aloft. There's a spiral staircase that leads down as well as up to the trapdoor exit set in the ceiling. The occasional errant firefly like floats about. Yeah, so they're not just in jars. These fireflies are like sort of like flitting about
all around
the library. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. This floor is more tidy than the one below. You can tell this is probably where they started with the reorg.
Well, as much as I'd like to get catch up on my reading, I should probably catch up with the rest of the party.
Yeah. You do notice, just quick, there's like a rope and pulley mechanism with a frayed basket on one side of the railing that serves as probably like a book lift.
Right.
And then there's the piece of stonework is about 12 feet across and weighs a lot. It says, "Be curious," on words etched on the front of it.
I'm sorry, does it have like maybe like a cat on the front of it that's got like, is it like one of those inspirational posters?
No, it just says "Be curious."
Is this good for the company? Sorry, go ahead.
What is it exactly that you do here?
Yeah. Do you investigate anything else in this with the statue or anything else that you saw?
Can I investigate the inscription?
Yeah, it's like this was actually like probably meant to be there, unlike what Onion found earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was like just sort of like a little like like reading rainbow inscription.
Butterflies in the sky. What does it mean? Interesting. Okay. There's a small voice in my head that says to ride the basket down, but I'll think better of it.
You do look at the basket, and you can think the most it could hold is probably like 50 pounds.
Yeah, I will think better of it.
But when you do look at it, you notice there is something in the lift.
Oh ho ho.
You look at it, and there's 2 children's dolls. One has a scythe with a handle made from a round paintbrush and a blade cut from paper, and the other doll is missing its feet.
Oh. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll take them for now, and I can probably hand them to somebody when we leave. Be like, hey, these were left here.
Yeah. Is that all you're going to do for tonight?
Yeah. I'll meet up with everyone else.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything tonight?
Before I go to bed, the rooms are dark, right? Darkish.
There's like another Firefly jar in your room.
Yeah, they don't do a whole lot, right?
Which room do you go to? F12.
I'll go to F9.
Okay. I think I said F8, not F9.
Okay.
There's 2 beds positioned on opposite walls, which flank a wash basin in an otherwise bare room. Both beds are made, but the blanket on one of them is a bit rumpled.
I'll take the one with the rumpled blanket.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice.
And before I go to bed, I want to pull out a torch of mine. It's the rooms are dim, right?
No, there's like one of those Firefly jars.
Yeah, but I thought you said before they didn't give a whole lot of light.
That was in that hallway.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna go to bed. Gotta get in there.
Okay. All right. Is anyone else doing anything tonight?
I come into F8 with Murph, and I just have got a book in my hands that I'm like reading to kind of like fall asleep with, sort of thing. So
yeah.
What was the other room?
F12.
F12. I guess I go to F12.
Yeah.
And before bed, I am going to cast Find Steed to summon a Mastiff.
Oh shit! My wolf. Where's my wolf?
I don't know. Where is your wolf?
Where's he let inside? I keep forgetting about that thing.
Am I my brother's wolf keeper?
Can we just roll to see if they'll let him in the bit? If they even let him in Candlekeep?
Yeah, give me just like a straight luck check.
Is obviously
1. Natural 1. I do not have a wolf anymore.
Yeah,
no, they let him in, and then they made him dinner. Yes, just wolf steak for everybody.
Wolf steak.
They're like the avowed that you met at the entrance was like,
yeah, I know.
That's a wolf. And
but
I don't think you're a druid.
I was working to train this wolf, and then I reach out to pet him, and the dog bites me, and I was like, never mind.
Yeah, you go to like pet it, and it like bites your hand. You're like, see, he's so playful.
It's a love break.
It's a work in progress. All right, so after he bites you, I'll unleash him and let him go.
The dog like looks at you like, sort of like the dog like looks like if he had like hands, like if he could like reach his neck with his paws, he looks like he'd like rub his neck. And he's like, he like looks at you for a second and just like books it out into the forest.
If he could,
This wolf doesn't know where it was.
if he could flip you off, he would.
Everyone starts screaming because you just let a wolf out into like Candlekeep and whatnot. Like,
No, it was outside.
You hear like
Inside, we had to go back.
Had a
So
city out there.
you hear like
Yeah.
joyful like yips fade off into the distance.
and then oh
You made
god, a
it
wolf!
happy.
And then you hear the guards the next morning. So a weird lone wolf killed a family of 3. Can you believe it? So weird.
Yeah. So you guys go to sleep for the night. Oh, I did forgot to describe the room that Onan and Mop are in. So in this room, there's a beautiful painting of Candlekeep on the. So you guys are in F12, and then there's a beautiful painting of
Bigger.
Candlekeep on the south wall that looms over the 5 beds that crowd this room. There's a narrow shelf tucked in on the northeast corner that holds jars of fruit preserves and pickled vegetables. So it's pretty unremarkable, except for that.
And help myself to some pickles.
Same.
Even though you had a very nice dinner that you're probably cutting into there.
It's called a late night snack.
I'd wake up in horror and be like, some of our partners have just done something disgusting. They're eating pickles. So we both leave them forever.
yeah, I leave and I go into their room where I eat pickles with them.
Go out adventuring on my
Pickle
own.
sense tingled.
So you guys wake up the next morning. After your first night, you gather around a table in the center of the main floor. That seems where like breakfast is being served, and it's quiet until you notice that each of you is like sort of humming a melody under your breath. It's the same tune that's been stuck in your head since you woke up, and then you realize that you're also humming along. So you're like,
We're like, from the window to the wall.
Hot drinks really get you going.
We're just like, if your dad doesn't have a
Warms you up
beard.
when you feel your
so you notice that like you don't think that you've actually heard this tune before.
Interesting.
But you all like hum it perfectly, and you're all singing in like the same key, or like humming it in the same key.
And that's weird because Mop couldn't sing to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Murph is also
You're
tone
not
deaf.
singing, you're
You
humming.
also notice that
Well, tone, like he wouldn't get tone at all.
Ebder's sitting there, like also at the table, and he's like reading the same book he was reading yesterday, and you can tell that like it's bothering you. And he's like, "Can you please be quiet? We are in the library after all."
So we notice he's reading the same book?
That doesn't really matter, but
Oh, well, I was
are
going
you
to
guys
start
gonna
asking.
are you guys going to try and stop humming?
Once I notice, yes, I would like to try to.
Can I get a concentration check?
Oh no.
Both in real constitution or concentration?
Concentration.
What's that? What's my modifier for that one?
I believe that is will or wisdom.
You mean wisdom? Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Also
Oh
20.
no, it's Constitution. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, still 21.
5.
Wait. 22.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will also try to stop.
Constitution, like anybody who's played this game more than once is like, dude, make sure that's the second highest stat you've got.
Yep.
Ooh.
15.
17.
Okay.
18.
So you guys are able to stop humming it.
Is that better? Sorry.
But not without, like, you have to, like, basically, like, trot. Like, it's hard, but you're able to stop trying. And then after a few minutes of, like, quiet, Ebder starts humming it as well. And he's unaware.
What is that song you're humming?
It's like, what? And then all of a sudden you notice that the hatch in the ceiling from like the first floor slams shut. And then you hear like several locks engaging. And then you see...
Is that the one that hatch to get out?
Yes, of this cellar, yes.
That's not normal, is it?
That's not a good thing. Was it audible? Like we all heard that? Like it's not...
Yeah, you heard
Okay.
it like slam shut and a bunch of locks like getting like turned. And then you see Varnier coming down the staircase, and you hear her humming the same tune as well. And then with like visible effort, she's like, when I first arrived at Candlekeep, the Avowed were concerned about a singing madness. A book merchant had been afflicted with it and was put in isolation after several Avowed began singing the song as well.
What song?
She's like,
Oh, okay. You're...
She's like, the one that all of us have been humming. It's like, I don't know what happened to him or the others. That was 600 years ago. She sort of like gathers her composure and says, I've alerted the Avowed and sealed the exit to stop whatever this is from spreading.
The last time this happened was 600 years ago?
Yes.
Did it happen here? Like in this cellar?
It happened here in Candlekeep. I don't know whether if it was this cellar or a different part of the library.
So you locked us in here, but you're not 100% certain it's contained. Is that what I'm understanding?
I'm certain it's been contained to this room. Or the Firefly Cellar.
The symptoms.
The humming.
None of us are humming anymore.
Well, yeah, but
as you say
Except him.
that, you realize that. Give me another concentration check.
I was gonna.
What again?
Does it lead to like nose bleeding and hemorrhaging?
Yeah. What? So I continue not humming.
You continue not humming, but you really
Another
like it's
17.
playing in your head. Like you like really want to hum it, but you're able to like keep it from happening. You realize that Gideon had started humming it a couple minutes ago.
He's fucking bellowing it out now. He's humming annoyingly loud now.
Like Gideon's over in the corner.
What does the fox say?
He's at the back. Ding 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 ding.
Like, I feel like a wrecking ball.
Yep. This will
Yeah.
lead to eventual death.
Yeah. So like, we don't know what happened. All we know is that that it was a concern for Candlekeep as the infection spread.
You don't have any idea of what causes it or anything. It just shows up, and then
I'm no spellcaster. I'm just a scribe.
I
But
would like to start the ritual for detect magic.
perhaps you can find the answer in all of this.
I have an idea. I think, as I said, detect magic. I would like to.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 5.
Oh yeah, you're humming it too.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys are in the background just jamming out.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules.
You know what song I was humming. It is none of these random ones that you're singing, Brian.
I like the "What Does the Fox Say." I think that's way cooler. That they're like, They're sitting there in the background just being like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. However, Rick Astley would canonically be
How
like
goes move.
600 years old.
Imagine being Rickrolled.
That's what it is. Never gonna give you up.
The ancient ritual of the Rickroll.
Yeah.
Just like it fills us with sadness and frustration. Yeah, so detect magic.
Eventual madness.
You don't notice anything like offhand, like right.
Well, I'm gonna move around because it's only a 30-foot radius, so I'm gonna walk around. I got 10 minutes, so I'm gonna like kind of like walk the floors to find anything that is like got any kind of magic in it.
You should specifically look in the one room. I saw some really old scratches on the ground, which were
Where?
creepy as hell.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
gonna take him.
Okay, as we're walking, I'm gonna grab a book, just any random book, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I can, as I'm walking, I'd like to cast continual flame on the inside of it. So it's got a fire burning on it, but it doesn't produce any heat, just light, and use that as a torch. Because I can close it, but I can't smother it or put it out until I dispel it. So I have a torch that's in a book.
It's not.
Can I do that?
In the book?
Nope. It says it has no heat. It doesn't create heat or use oxygen. Continual flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched.
Okay.
So, and it is until it's dispelled. It's just basically I'm turning a book into a torch.
Okay.
So, and I'll follow him to that room with my book torch.
All right, Mop and Gideon, what are you guys doing?
What am I allowed to do exactly?
You can talk to the residents. You can like continue to explore.
Okay, so I don't actually have to keep singing stuff and whatnot.
Well, you can keep. No, you don't. I mean, you can give me another concentration check to like try and stop singing. It's not preventing you from doing anything else. It's just like almost like you've got. It's like the worst earworm you've ever had in your entire life.
That's winds of change by the scorpions.
So then I'm not compelled to like continuously like speak through song or something like that.
It's like you're humming it. It's like you're humming it under your breath. Like you're like or whistling or whatever. It's not like that's the only thing you can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just wondering like what are the extents of the madness?
No, it's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
it's like without conscious effort, you cannot stop humming this melody.
Okay.
Has anything changed with the 2 dolls that I took from the basket?
No. So we'll just go to Murph and Onion for now. So you guys go to the you guys go to the Firefly room, which can I get investigation checks?
Yes, you can.
I can't guarantee they'll be good.
20! Dirty 20, but a 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be better than that. Yeah, that's better than that. That's a 5.
Okay, you see a loose stone in the floor beneath the lowest. Murph, you see the words that Onion was talking about. But you see a loose stone on the floor beneath the lowest shelf on the east wall.
What do the words say?
The words say, "Finish the rhyme."
Finish the rhyme.
Like all caps, like manic script, like someone was like, you know.
Okay, and then I would like to try to move the stuff. I'm gonna tell Onan. There seems to be a loose stone. I'm gonna move it.
No,
Or is it just like a rock sitting there? Like, I want to clarify. Is it like a stone, like a flag, like a stone in the floor, or like a...
So it's like
like
under
a
a
wall
shelf.
piece? It's not just like a rock sitting there. It's like a.
So it's like under like the lowest shelf, you like spot like, and you pull it aside, and it you see a sort of 5 foot deep, 5 foot wide nook behind the wall.
You want me to go in there? I'm smaller.
And you see bones.
Oh no!
Never mind.
In there with the bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see what looks to be at least the skeletons of 2 humanoids.
Can I examine them?
Sure.
See if there's anything like I want to like. I'm not squeamish about bones, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Are they like in arrayed skeletons or like piled bones? Like
There's like 2 skeletons, like 2 people were like laid to rest here.
okay. All right. Yeah, I want to see if I can get anything from what they are. You know, with that. What is that? Investigation or?
No, you don't really need one. You already rolled a 20 for investigate, so you look at it. You're used to like sort of like working with dead bodies and stuff a little bit. Like you've had some like anatomy lessons or whatever, so you're not freaking out. You do find like yes, there's 2 humanoid bodies here, but you notice that one of the skulls has a hole in the back of it, like they were like struck from behind.
Can I examine that one closer to see if I can determine what made the hole, or we're like straight up detective work right now?
That like that's probably cause of death.
I think he was scared when somebody put a hole in his head.
Yeah, like you can tell someone probably like, bash the back of his head in. But that's it. So we're gonna go back to give me concentration checks again.
Oh shit! 8.
You realize that you are humming again.
Oh, as I'm looking for this, I'm like.
You realize that you're both humming again.
I have to really just get down.
In fact, Onion's basically like whistling it. He's like.
9 DM.
Mm-hmm.
8.
Jamming out.
Gideon
Hold on.
and Mop, what are you gonna do while Murph and Onion are doing their thing?
I'm gonna search for books on nursery rhymes.
Okay. Yeah. Are you gonna talk to anybody or?
Yeah, I'll try to ask any nearby librarians, like if they can point me in the right direction.
You see Abdur, and he's like, he says, well, nothing's been other than this damned sound, and he, holds the humming back, and he's, this damn song, I've just been working in the scriptorium. Nothing has been out of the ordinary unless you count Crinkle. She just keeps going back and forth between her room and her supply closet.
Who's Crinkle?
The Kenku. She cooked us breakfast and dinner.
Oh, okay. All right. The way you said it, I was like Kringle.
You can tell he just like doesn't really hold her in like.
Got it. Okay. Thought maybe there's a miracle on 34th Street. Okay. Have any of us been in Kringle's room?
No.
Maybe I'll ask Kringle where I can find a book on nursery rhymes.
Okay. You can find her in the kitchen.
Okay.
Looks like she's cleaning up after making breakfast, and she's just like whistling the melody.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, it's a real banger. Anyways,
Sorry, I lost all sound for like a minute. What happened with the Kenku?
So,
Nothing with the Kenku.
so
well, I
Edgar
lost
just-
right after
Edgar just said that she's kind of been like shuffling around.
Okay.
She's been shuffling around the room to and from the supply closet. Just give me a second.
That's it. I just wanted to make sure if I missed anything pertinent when I couldn't hear anybody.
No.
And I have one question. Because I just checked my 3rd level spells and I have it prepared. I have Speak with Dead. Can I do that on one of the
What's the
the,
wording of the spell?
I will read exactly what it says. I just got 3rd level spells, so I'm pretty excited. You grant semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. Corpse must still have a mouth and must be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. It only knows what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. The answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. The corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything new that has happened since it has died, and it can't speculate about future events.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, well, then... Is it okay with...
Is it okay? You kind of like broke up there. What was that? All right.
You
now
have
I
no
can hear it
audio.
all.
No.
Nope.
oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Good.
I'm okay with waiting until they finish their thing. I just wanted to ask. I was trying to ask before, but it went mute.
Yeah, you hear. All right, so you guys go and talk to Crinkle.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go and talk to Crinkle, and she's like cleaning up from breakfast, and she's whistling the melody to herself. What?
Hi, Kringle. Would you have any idea what that song is, or if there's a book on children's rhymes or something in here we could, research about it?
Book? No.
Do you know where that song came from?
No.
Damn.
Go away. Crinkle whack.
Well then. I'm gonna shrug.
Yeah. Okay. As you guys are sort of exploring and around, all of a sudden you hear like a shrill sound that tears through the entire building, that overpowering any other noise. It's just like a scream, and it sounds like Ebder.
Do we hear that in our back room too?
Yes.
Immediately bolt to
Yep.
there. Or try to.
I rush forward without thinking twice.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. I'm dog back, too.
Follow behind.
As you guys enter into the main room at F2, you see Ebder sitting at the center table, and his eyes are bulged out in terror. He's still humming the melody, but he's like can't move, like he's paralyzed. Does anybody do anything?
Escalation of symptoms.
Is he? He's just paralyzed. He doesn't seem to be like doing anything.
He's singing. He's basically like singing the melody at the top of his lungs. Basically, that was the sound that you guys heard.
Don't worry about this. I was paralyzed once before, too.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need to be scared.
I'm going to say this directly to him as he's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you guys do this. You notice that
is he actually paralyzed?
he basically looks like he's like, I don't know what's going on, sort of thing. And he's like, his eyes are like looking around, and he's like the only thing you're noticing is like he's like basically singing the song at the top of his lungs, but like no words. Joel, we lost you again.
This lungs, no words. Can we try to hum or sing?
I don't know what's happening.
Any other melody?
Give me a concentration check.
14.
You're able to stop singing the melody, which you realized that you had been humming along with Ebder. And he's terrified, and a little girl like runs into the room, and she's terrified by his behavior, and you can assume that it's his daughter that he spoke of. And this goes on for a couple more minutes, and it sort of like fades out as Ebder seems to like regain his sort of faculties and sort of like slumps back against the chair.
So wait a second. Am I to assume that like when the girl came running in?
No. This is like she comes in, she's freaking out. This goes on for a few more minutes, and then like Crinkle comes in and like ushers the girl away, like trying to console her even though she's freaking out. And then it goes on for a couple more minutes, and then not like the girl walks in and the noise stops. Sorry if that wasn't clear. Those events are not connected.
Damn.
And,
For a second there, I thought like,
No.
all right, everyone, I understand what's going on now.
Kill the girl. No.
No. I was gonna say like, everyone,
No.
I know how to stop this.
Yeah.
We must use love. Hug, everyone, group hug.
So one thing that you notice
That got me
is
kidnapped last time.
You notice that now that like Ebder's episode has ended, that all of a sudden the library, which was already kind of cold because it's like underground, it's even colder. Like you guys can like see your breath.
Can I ask his daughter if she misplaced her toys?
You can. Let me look something up.
Hey, little girl. Is this your doll?
Hi. Oh, I wondered where those went. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, but I have to use a different mic.
Yeah, those are mine.
Well, here are your dolls.
Oh, thank you. I wondered where they went.
Is she actively humming?
Yes.
Damn.
In fact, actually, no. What are you guys going to do now?
You know what? It sounds like a. I just have the idea that it's a children's rhyme. Can I ask her, like, if she's heard of it?
No, I just started humming it the other day. I heard. I don't know where I heard it.
Onan,
Yes.
you mentioned writing.
Concentration checks, by the way.
4.
Oh, thanks.
3.
Joel, concentration.
21.
Oh. Joel, you suddenly notice that everyone but you is humming the melody.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, the Firefly lamps that are like all over the place, they start flickering at like irregular intervals. Like, yes.
Like that.
And then at the end of a verse, like they shut off for like several
Like
seconds.
they're moving in the rhythm?
So they're flickering on tempo.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna be the best band ever, guys.
Can I?
Can you what, Joel? We lost you
We
again.
lost you again.
Also, I don't know if this is related, but occasionally your camera will kind of flicker with a little
Yeah.
bit of like
I think it might be Quinn's computer.
laptop. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. My laptop's dead, so I have to use this one, and my microphone wouldn't work with Missy's because Mac hates what I'm using.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got my old webcam on Quinn's computer. So. But it should be shipped back next week, so I'm really excited!
Excellent.
I'm sick of this other thing. All right. Anyways, back to. Can I investigate? Like, I want to watch them and see if I can pick up like a pattern. Like, is it stronger in one area or less? Like, to give me a direction in which to go from the fireflies. Like, is it because I think is it getting stronger next to the firefly room or?
You hear words with the melody that seem to be coming from the Firefly room.
I go to the firefly room.
Mm-hmm.
I will say. I'm gonna go look in the room where the fireflies were. The firefly room.
That's the room with those words, Gideon.
Yeah. So you.
And the bodies and the skeletons,
Yeah.
which I never did cast. Because there was a scream. Speak with Dad. I never did cast that.
As you go to that room with the fireflies, you hear a song coming from the tomb.
Okay.
It continues to tug at your minds, wanting you to intone the notes, and you're starting to get words, and you're certain you've never heard them before. And as you look in that alcove behind the firefly room, you see that skull with the hole in its head. You see the jaws moving, and it's singing. And it's singing this song. Hold on.
Oh shit.
And you hear, see a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshine, Shemshine, causes grief, avoids the blame. Shemshine, Shemshine. And then it continues on, unless you guys want me to finish the song.
No, it's
That
good.
was very, very soothing. Continue.
God damn you, Joel.
See a dog that knows how to heal. Never
It's good.
heeds. All right.
Yeah.
Joel's like, no, stop it.
No,
I don't want
it's
it.
just there's a lot of words.
Yeah.
Are these? They're not undead. This is an enchantment, right? Like
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
the
It's not
Okay.
like some undead thing.
that rhyme.
Can I get concentration checks?
Natural 20.
Dirty 20.
13.
Oh,
I have 23.
12.
All right. You guys all, everyone except Onan, you guys stop singing. But Onan, you're singing along.
Yeah, dog, that, no.
So Odin's singing along with the music.
Is it beautifully or horribly? Like I assume it would be.
It's about as well as Onan knows how to sing.
I have a +6 to performance. That is a 15.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah. You guys gonna do anything about the singing skull, or?
I
We could always smash it.
agree. I want to.
I would actually like to see if, like, when the skull is removed from the body, if it continues to sing.
Okay, you pick up the skull.
Yep.
Keep singing.
Okay, good.
Singing
I'm going to
skull,
take the skull
5,000.
and I'm going to ask the woman who's like 300 years old if she knows the song.
Okay. You show this to Varnier.
Yes.
Does anybody else, do any of them hear the song being sung?
Well, I imagine anyone between me and Varnier would probably, because I'm like taking it and I'm,
Yeah. Okay. So you take it, and she's like, "What are you doing with that? And why is it singing?"
Do you know the song?
No, I the first time I heard it was today. Remember
Doesn't the words in the Firefly room say finish the rhyme?
It does.
So wouldn't I just, can I write Shemsheim after it?
Well,
Those are completed verses.
those are completed verses.
It ends in it already.
Sorry, hold on.
Do I see the writing that said "Be curious"?
Yes.
Can I write below it, "But I'm furious"?
Hold on, I'm looking at something. Okay, I wanted to look at something. You want to write, but I'm furious below the.
I want to try to make it rhyme. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happens. The skull keeps singing, and Varnier's getting worried about the singing skull.
Understandably.
All right, I hand it off to Murph since he's the grave cleric. He'll know what to do with it.
With the singing head?
Yes.
Yeah.
You just took it to the 300-year-old lady. Who's that? That's, again, I lost the
Yeah,
sound.
she's like freaked out about like the
Okay.
there's a singing skull.
pretty concerning.
After I've determined that it's not undead, you said it's not undead, so like I don't want to destroy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of make the rounds to everyone who's singing with it and see and kind of like gauge their reactions if it sparks anything. Like go around and be like, I know this is weird, but do you recognize this song?
Concentration check from everyone.
On the last, okay.
Another.
This thing's still like
30,
singing.
20.
And
That was a nat 1.
Yeah.
yeah, I got a 10.
Now you're both Onion and Murph are singing the song now.
Okay.
So you're like not even able to like get out a question.
22.
I have a quick out of character question.
Yes.
So is fire not allowed in here? Is that why it's lit up with
Yeah, because there's a bunch of books everywhere.
I'm about to not care about that.
So you did you try asking the corpse what its name was?
I didn't cast that yet. I didn't cast that on.
This is without him casting Speak with Dead.
Yeah, I never got a chance to do that.
Because the shadow has a name and we need to figure it out.
Can I try to resist the song again and ask these questions or no?
You can
Like,
try.
or is it once I'm hooked, I'm in? Okay. Or do I have to cast like restoration or something?
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I would like to try because I suspect this body's in there, and so somebody knows something about this. Like
Remember,
somebody
this is an
trapped
event that
in
happened
this,
600 years ago.
but I feel like somebody will have more information, or something triggered this. I feel like something happened that triggered this song to start. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
As you are as you guys are trying to, can you give me another concentration check, just Joel?
18.
Okay. As you like finally like voice this and you're able to like fight down the urge to sing this song. All of a sudden 3 shadowy figures appear around the party and lunge at each of you. And that's where we'll end our session.
All right.
Thanks everybody for watching another episode of Nerds of Legend. We'll be back next week with a continuation of Candlekeep Mysteries.
Oh my gosh.
Good night, everybody. Again, the book, we'll be talking about Christmas traditions and and anyone have weird family holiday traditions next week.
Weird holiday traditions we've heard about.
Yeah. Again, remember to reach out to us on social media if you've got one that we want us to talk about or look into. And we'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.